a suitcase in one hand.
Philip, I'm all packed and ready to leave. I do hope...
Vivian, how can you do this to me? You know I love you, that I'd do anything to make you happy.
Oh, Philip, let's not go over that again.
Please, darling, don't leave. At least not until your brother Roger's arrived and had a chance to talk to you. He'll be here any minute.
Oh, nothing that righteous brother of mine can say will change my mind. Now, would you mind lending me your car to get down?
Vivian, if you leave me, you won't get a cent. Not a cent, you hear?
Really? Do you ever stop to think, Philip, that there might be another man? One with more money than you?
Another man? Oh, no, Vivian, there couldn't be.
And why not?
But we've only been married 3 months. Why, there couldn't have been anybody at that time.
Oh, but there was.
Oh, Vivian, you can't do this to me. I love you. I love you. I won't let you go.
I really must be saying goodbye now. He's waiting for me in town. I don't want to be late.
If I can't have you, no one else will, do you hear?
Oh, really, you're being ridiculous. I must go now.
No.
Philip, what are you... A gun?
Yes, Vivian. A gun. I told you if I couldn't have you, no one else would, and I mean it.
Even with that gun, you can't keep me, do you hear? I'd sooner die than go on living with you. I'm going, and you're not going... Stop.
Welcome to the world of
Vivian. Ellen, what happened? I thought I heard...
ready for the fight of your life.
I didn't mean to do it. She was going to leave me. Vivian. Roger. Is she dead? Yes. You know what this may mean. Life imprisonment, perhaps even the electric chair. Yes, I know. I lost control of myself. Nothing seems to matter now. You simply can't throw your life away like that. Even if Vivian was my sister. I don't mind telling you that I always felt you were far too good for her. She didn't deserve to be your wife. Oh, please, Roger. Look, if we were to get rid of the body, who could possibly know that she didn't leave here tonight as she planned? No. It wouldn't work, Roger. Can't get away with murder. That's nonsense, Philip. Now, if we were to bury her in the woods, no one would ever find her body. Bury her in the woods? I couldn't do that. Philip, you must let me handle this. Oh, and you better give me that gun. All right, Roger. Here you are. Good. Now, you wait here. I'm going to get rid of the body.
Come out on top. Defend the earth. Fight!
I think this is quite far enough. I'm afraid I'll have to bury you now, my dear Vivian.
Put me down, Roger. I'm tired of being carried like a sack of potatoes.
All right. There. Let me congratulate you on your performance as a corpse as I carried you out.
Roger, do you think he suspects anything?
Of course he doesn't. He's positive that he shot you. It's very clever the way you talk to him.
You've got the gun, haven't you?
Certainly I've got it. You don't think I was going to let him discover that the bullets have been removed and blank cartridges substituted, did you?
No, not you, Roger. You always know what you're doing.
A lucky day when you met me. Now, here's the key to the apartment I rented in town. Find my car a quarter of a mile down the road.
All right. I'll be waiting for you at the apartment.
I'll be there in a few hours. Now, let's see. This seems like a nice place to dig. Next morning, Roger called him into his office. Finding Philip very nervous, reassured him that he had hidden more than he intended. Careful. When Philip expressed his gratitude for Roger's help, Roger suggested that Philip could do him a favor in return by lending him $40,000 to swing a business deal. Philip was startled, but after a moment's hesitation, wrote out a check. As he wrote it, Roger smiled. Things were working out just as he'd planned.
100,000 here.
Why, no, dear. I only got 20,000 from it.
But we were after 100,000. Why didn't you get it all this morning when you saw him?
My dear Vivian, it simply isn't done that way. Blackmail is an art. An art that calls for the use of psychology. Philip will give us many times over the money I hold in my hand. All in due time, of course.
Do you mean I'll have to go on hiding in this miserable apartment until you've finished your little game with him? Never being able to leave it for see if someone will recognize him?
Come now, you've got the radio, books.
Well, I won't spend weeks in this apartment, I tell you. I won't. Oh, my arm.
You will do exactly as I say, Vivian. Exactly. Do you understand?
Roger, my arm, you're hurting me.
It's nothing to what I will do if you disobey me. Do I make myself clear?
Oh, yes. Yes, I'll do whatever you say.
For time he knew was working on his side against Philip. Then one morning he called on Philip at his office.
Good morning, Philip. How are you?
How do you expect me to be? This past week I've been able to think of nothing but Vivian. What happened that night?
Philip, you must stop brooding over it. Whatever happened was her fault, not yours.
Yes, you're right. Perhaps what I need is a vacation.
Of course. A trip would do you a world of good. And if I could afford it, I'd go along with you.
You mean you haven't any money?
I'm afraid not, Philip. That's what I've come to see you about. I must have, $40,000 at once.
40,000?
Yes. If I don't get the 40,000, it may mean prison for me. You wouldn't want to see that happen, would you?
No, of course not.
After all, Philip, I saved you from prison. In fact, I made myself an accomplice to Vivian's murder by not turning you over to me.
Yes, I know, but
You could hardly expect me to remain loyal if you weren't willing to have me, could you?
I see. Seems I haven't any choice. Very well, Roger. I'll write you out a check.
she gave. Took care of Mr. Roger Marvis. That's your name? Why, yes, but I don't.
Roger, how much did you say the COD was?
$64, miss.
Here you are.
Thank you, miss. Take your receipt. Bye. When did you buy those clothes?
This morning?
You mean you went out shopping in spite of what I told you?
Well, I was sick of being cooped up in this apartment day and night. I had to do something for a change.
It's one of my plans. You risked everything with so much at stake.
Roger, stop looking at me like that. I tell you I couldn't stand being cooped up in this apartment any longer. And if you don't get the rest of the money at once so that we can clear out, I'll go shopping whenever I feel like it. You can't make it.
You'll do exactly as I say. I won't allow anything or anyone to interfere with my plans. I've worked every step out perfectly, and there isn't going to be any slip-up.
Another week passed. A week in which Roger made no effort to see Philip. Then early one evening, he got into his car and drove out of the city to Philip's home in the country.
Oh, it's you, Roger. Come in. Good evening, Philip. Where are the servants? This is their night off. You're not looking well at all, Philip. You shouldn't remain in this big house by yourself. What difference does it make where I am? Wherever I go, the memories of that night follow. It's hard to believe that it was only 2 weeks ago tonight that I... 2 weeks ago tonight? Why, so it was. By the way, Philip, do you think you might possibly lend me $60,000?
God damn, dude. 60, what the hell?
Serious about that, eh? Well, I've lent you that much already. Yes, I know, but I must have more. No. I won't give you another cent. You blackmailed me enough. Blackmail is a harsh word, Philip. What else would you call it? Just as hard and grasping as Vivian was. Oh, yes, but you must remember, I'm alive and she isn't. I suppose you're glad she's dead. In life, she was worth nothing to you. In death, you were able to get $60,000 for her. In death? How do I know she is dead? Don't be foolish, Philip. You shot her yourself. Yes, but how do I know she was dead? It was you who examined her, you who told me so, and you who buried her body all by yourself. I just wanted to spare you, Philip. Just exactly where did you bury Vivian? As a matter of fact, how do I know the whole affair wasn't staged for my special benefit? You're quite capable of such a scheme. I tell you she's dead, Philip, and buried out in the woods. And I want to see the grave. And the body you say is in it. This is ridiculous. I won't go searching for a grave in the middle of the night. You shouldn't have to search for it, Roger, not if you really dug one. Come along. I won't do it. Why did I say come along, Roger? Oh, very well. I'm not certain I'll be able to find the grave. After all, the woods is fairly large, and it's been 2 weeks since I buried her. Quite all right, Roger. We'll stay out there until you do find her. Just keep on searching, Roger. Perhaps this is the spot. Yeah, it looks something like it. There's only one way to make certain, and that's to start digging. Here's a shovel. Start digging. Very well, Philip, if you insist. I'm sure I didn't fool, Philip. You know it can mean the electric chair. I'll take my chances. Anything's better than going on living the way I have these past 2 weeks. I'm going back to the house in Poland. Come back!
Decided that the only thing left for him was to call the police.
There can be only one winner. Defend the
Despite
earth.
Roger's protest, he rushed back to the house.
Operator, Philip, wait. Don't do anything to him. Shoot me or take your hand off the phone, Roger. All I want you to do is to listen to me for a few minutes. And if you still want to call the police, you can. Now, please, put the receiver down, Tim. What do you want to tell me? Do you mind if I mix myself a drink first? It's been a rather difficult evening. Very well. What about one for you? You look as though you could stand the drink. Oh, thank you. Well, then, now it'll do you good.
Danger. Down.
What is it you want to say to me, Roger? Say to you? Oh, yes. Here's the drink. Well, what should we drink to? We'll drink to your good luck. Come what may. There, I feel a good deal better. All right, now we've had our drink. What have you got to say? Yes. Now, what I wanted to say was, I never let anything interfere with my plans, Phil. I can't allow you to go to the police, and therefore you shan't. It would spoil my plans. It would, wouldn't it? But I'd like to see you stop me. I have you. In a very little while, in fact, in just a few seconds, you'll be dead. What do you say? Yes, Phil.
You win.
The drink I mixed you was poison. Aren't you finding that it's becoming difficult to breathe? No. You couldn't do. My throat. It burns. Yes, I know. But it'll all be over in time.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That's right. The third chapter. The superheroes are all here. Who will rise to the top?
She died according to plan. Don't call the police. I'm afraid you haven't the strength left to reach the phone, Philip. You and Vivian never had a chance, Philip. I had things worked out perfectly down to the smallest detail. Hello, operator. Operator, please connect me with the police.
Okay, Doc. Oh, this is Roger Martinson. Martinson, this is Dr. Smith. Howdy, sorry.
Come out on
How
top.
are you doing, my fellow?
Check me out.
Winning
Defend the
humans,
earth.
Dr. Stay here.
Fight. First attack.
Mr. Martinson, were telling me how you came to this house 2 weeks ago tonight to see your sister. Found she was gone.
Yes. My brother-in-law told me that she had gone on a vacation. I thought it strange at the time that she should have gone away without saying goodbye to me, as we were always very close. But days passed and I didn't hear from her.
Was it like your sister to go away and not write?
No, and that's what worried me so. The past 2 weeks will have kept putting me off when I inquired about Vivian's whereabouts. I couldn't stand that longer, and I came to this house to have it out with him.
What did your brother-in-law say when he saw you?
He was quite agitated at my unexpected arrival. When I tried to call the police, he broke down and confessed to having murdered Vivian.
When did he murder her?
He told me he'd done it 2 weeks ago tonight. That was the very night I'd come here to see Vivian, and he told me that she left for a vacation.
I see. Go on.
When he told me he'd murdered her, I was aghast. He led me to the woods and showed me the grave. He returned to the house and told me that something had taken place. I then called.
Well, it seems like a plain case of murder and suicide to me. Right, Doc?
Perhaps, but Mr. Martin, I was very much interested in what you had to say regarding the murder of your sister. You say that your brother-in-law confessed to murdering her 2 weeks ago tonight.
Yes, that's correct.
And you never saw her alive after that night?
Why, no, of course not.
What are you getting at, Doc?
Please, Inspector. Mr. Martinson, do you mind telling me where you live?
Why, 415 West 106th Street.
Tell me, was some clothes delivered to that address? In your care 1 week ago today?
Clothes?
Yes, to be exact, a woman's sports suit, which cost $64. Arrived COD.
Why, no.
You're lying, Mr. Martinson. I have in my hand a slip of paper that not only proves that you're lying, but will send you to the electric chair.
Doc, what are you saying?
Yes, Inspector. Martinson's plan was perfect, but he slipped up badly. He forgot to search for his race clothing before he buried her. When I examined her body just now, I found in one of her pockets this receipted bill bearing the date April 9th. That proves beyond a doubt that she was alive 1 week ago. Consequently, couldn't have been murdered by her husband on April 2nd, as Mr. Martinson here claimed.
I know.
Yes, Mr. Martinson. You killed her. The corpse has accused you from the grave of murder. Has given us proof of your guilt.
No, it can't be. I had everything planned perfectly.
Defend the earth. Fight.
But Roger Martinson had failed. All because of a new sales slip that was found in a corpse's pocket. A dated sales slip that gave the lie to his testimony and sent him to the electric chair. For murder is always without hope. So it takes the dead themselves to tell of it. great gong herald
Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where the finest heroes assemble. Get ready for the fight of your life.
The sealed book, written by Bob Orger and David Kogan, is produced and directed by Doug McGregor.
There will be only one winner. Defend the Earth. Fight! First attack. Yes. Yes. Danger.
Now it's fighting time!
Level 2. Yes.
Damn! About a nice
Level 1. Danger.
I'm gonna put an end.
Level 3. KO. You win.
I'm gonna start.
Imagine.
The Price of Fear. Brought to you by Vincent Price.
Last one, I guess.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh, I want to do this right.
Third chapter. The superheroes are all here. Who will rise to the top?
Especially when I find myself becoming annoyed with some piece of modern tomfoolery. I suppose we all have different likes and dislikes connected with various aspects of modern living, but most of us forget them after a brief flash of annoyance. That is until the next time. The point I'm making is that we don't dwell upon them continually and become obsessed by them, for that way lies madness. Take, for example, this strange tale, which I've called The Ninth Removal. It concerns the case of Amelia Sidgwick.
These modern young girls, their clothes are an outrage. Short skirts, low-cut blouses, lipstick, disgusting.
My first, and thank goodness, my only encounter with Miss Sidgwick occurred when I called to see an old friend of mine, Peter Jarvis, in connection with some research I was doing for a film script I hoped to write. Peter was the head of a psychiatric clinic, and as I needed some background material on psychiatry, I had arranged to call on him one day at his office. I had expected a cold, cheerless, institutional building, but when I arrived, I was pleasantly surprised to find that the clinic was more like a well-appointed country house. I was greeted by a pretty receptionist, told to make myself comfortable, and that my friend Peter Jarvis would be available in a few minutes. Accordingly, I settled back in an armchair and picked up a magazine. Suddenly, I became aware of someone hovering over me.
Good afternoon. Are you being attended to?
Why, yes, I am. Thank you, I'm waiting to see Dr. Jarvis.
Oh, that's all right then.
She was a tall, thin, scrawny woman of about 55 or so, dressed in a severely cut suit of dark gray material. She had a thin, white face with pinched lips and the most penetrating, bright blue eyes that I have ever seen. Perhaps we would never have exchanged another word, but at that moment, I happened to turn over the page of my magazine, and in doing so, revealed a full-page advertisement, which showed a pretty, if overdeveloped young lady wearing an incredibly low-cut dress.
Disgusting.
I beg your pardon?
That girl. A sickly shapeness. Just look at her.
The picture of the girl in the magazine seemed to have opened up a kind of mental cluster. I just sat there, transfixed.
Oh no, I'm gonna lose.
Of course, you know, the men are typical that. They encourage that sort of thing. Why, only the other day, I was standing home in the underground when... God, I hate the underground. Crushed together in this awful atmosphere. I sometimes think that hell isn't a matter of fire and brimstone at all, but simply travelling forever on the underground, surrounded by awful people. Those men sitting there so smug and oily looking. Not one of them would dream of offering me to see to them. Pigs. That's what they are. Pigs. They're reading their newspapers. And what newspapers? Full of salacious muck. Headline there. Another sex murder victim found on common. Is it any wonder the way these modern girls play? That one over there. Crushing and uncrossing her legs. And that short skirt. Disgusting. She's smiling. Oh yes, she's noticed that young man owning her. I'd teach her. I'd take a whip to her. My dear father would never have allowed me to carry on like that. Dear father.
The devil's army is all around us, my child. Never forget it. You must fight it. Fight it with all your might. Never cease to fight for God.
I have fought, Father. Oh, how I've fought for your turn, God. Will this journey...
No.
I sat there.
I can go, but I will not lose.
Rambled
Alright,
on and
guys.
on. At times she spoke clearly and precisely. At others she was almost incoherent with rage. Having at length described to me the trials and tribulations which she had suffered on the London underground system, she then went on to tell me about her work. Miss Sidgwick's employers had, it seems, been many and various. Her typing plus her sense of duty were beyond reproach. Employers might appreciate her work, but it seemed to a man they were lovers of peace, taking unkindly to criticism, and at length Miss Sidgwick was cast out, and with each casting out, her hate grew. One day, however, she joined a company run by a retired brigadier who had inherited his father's tea importing business. The atmosphere was middle-aged, quiet, and respectable, and the office staff adhered to the old ways of dress and deportment. They also had a great advantage as far as Miss Sidgwick was concerned of being easily cowed, and she soon came to rule the roost. As for the brigadier himself,
The brigadier was a tall, grey-haired gentleman. He spoke good with damn charming manners. He did not marry. He did not smoke, and he was always extremely respectful towards his female employees. He was what I should call a gentleman of the old school.
from her manner, I guessed that Miss Sidgwick was not in love with the brigadier. It was just that she worshipped him. And then one morning...
Miss Sidgwick,
Yes, sir.
will you come in a moment, please?
Certainly, sir.
That's right, dear lady. Just come in and shut the door, will you? Sit again. Now, just take a seat. I have something to say to you. Now, the point is that I've decided to expand our little team.
Indeed, sir.
Yes, in fact, I've engaged a young lady. Excellent character. She's to join us on Monday.
I see, sir.
Needless to say, dear lady, I was looking in to see that Miss Franklin, that's her name, by the way, would she settles in happily. I know that I can trust you to keep an eye on her and so forth.
I shall do my duty, sir, as always.
Of course you will, dear lady. Thank you.
The following Monday morning began very badly.
God bless you.
On the underground, a large man stood on her toe.
What are you doing?
He was rewarded by a sharp kick on the shin. But there was worse to come. When she arrived at the office, she found her fellow workers in a buzz of curious excitement as they awaited the arrival of the new girl.
Good morning. Yes, service. Can I help you? I hope so. And I'm Franklin. Going to work here. I see.
You win. It's going to be a pleasure showing her the ropes.
Mr. Parsons, I suggest that you get on with your work. After all, you are being paid to do it. Miss Franklin, may I ask if that is your normal business attire? A truck, clothes and gear. Well, it's all I've got. I mean, I've got lots of clothes, but they're all like this. It's all right, isn't it? My last place didn't mind. This is a respectable office. I should hope so. Otherwise, I shouldn't have come to work here.
Ah, Miss Franklin, so you've arrived.
Good morning, sir.
My word, how fresh and smart you look. Like a breath of spring, eh, Miss Sidgwick?
If you say so, sir.
Yes, I do, dear lady. And now I'll leave Miss Franklin in your capable hands.
Yes, sir.
During the next few days, Miss Sidgwick could be likened to a lion in a cage, with a succulent but stupid lamb, which the laws of creation had for some reason forbidden it to eat.
Oh, that stupid girl, laundering herself, smiling at every man who comes within range. She even took to applying her lipstick during working hours. To this day, I do not know how I managed to restrain myself.
All these things might just have been bearable if it had not been for the girl's work. It was awful.